Hello and welcome to Cutter Builds. We're back with another episode of Icarus, and today we're going to be actually tearing down this base that we built in the previous episode because I came to this awesome realization. You know, one of the problems with doing missions and on open world is that you're not forced to go through all the steps of the mission necessarily like you would if you were starting off. And this is one of the benches we didn't even bother using in the previous episode. And I was taking a look at it before we tore it down here and realized it's got some really awesome recipes for the swamp biome here with all this miasmic stuff, especially this infected bark. One infected bark is turning into 5 epoxy. So all of those circuits and things that we had to make that I was doing with twigs and sulfur and tree sap and bone, I could have just chopped down. This is from one tree. We haven't even finished processing all this infected bark from that one tree, and look at the piles of epoxy that we've gotten now. So this is the secret to getting lots of epoxy, and then I can also get some animal fat from these acidic glands if I want. Yeah, things are just awesome here. So the reason that I'm tearing this base down instead of leaving it out here now is because with how awesome that is, I think I want to relocate it over here to the swamp biome that's right next to our base, because I can run over there in just a minute, where it takes quite a while to hike over to this other area just to process these resources. I do think I'm going to leave the organic residue in a swamp biome with a solar panel. That way I don't have to haul the toxic materials all the way back to the base. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to wait until some of this finishes processing, I think. It's not the fastest machine. I'd love to have gotten water hooked up to this, but unfortunately that's just not an option. I wonder what happens if I put some water in here, if it goes any faster. I don't think it will. I think this is a connections type deal. Let me get this stuff processed. Maybe we will just bring it up to the base. I don't know. This is going to take a while to finish processing. I think we will, because I don't want to wait. I can withstand the damage, and we'll see you back up at the base to start off on this next mission. So in the short term, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this organic residue cleaner down right here. That's going to allow me to start processing all those materials we brought back. Just looking to see if there's a convenient spot to run the electricity down here. Connected insufficient water input. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let me see if I can disconnect this bench. I wish it wouldn't disconnect the power and the water, just the water when I did that, but now this is flying. We should be able to get through stuff. I don't really need that much animal fat. I'm going to move this over here, and we'll keep making the epoxy. Maybe we'll prioritize the silica next, actually. We've got all kinds of great stuff here. And even these are giving me 5 per. Oh, I love it. I'm going to toss these solar panels down. I'm tired of running out of power for things in the base right now. I think this is going to make our lives easier. Maybe I'll just line them up here in the front of the base like so. And I'll keep one in my inventory for using for other purposes, I think. You never know when we're going to need to set up an outpost somewhere with a bench. This will come in handy for that, and who knows, maybe this next mission is going to need some of this stuff as well. But now we should have a more than sufficient energy grid for use inside the base here. So with all the base sorting out of the way, let's go ahead and start this operation now, finally. I'm excited to knock this out. I think this is going to be pretty easy. We're going to just be doing the same kind of thing we just did, but in the magma area. Though it's an extermination mission. Is it bringing something down? Collect provided supplies. Alright. Let's see what they got for us. Ooh, cold steel everything. I like it. Ooh, a compound bow. I haven't used one of those yet. Eliminate creatures in volcanic areas. Drifters, broodlings, drake, stonejaw. Catch fish. Oh, I've got, in marked target zone. Well, we've got all of our fish catcher things there. I'm hoping they're not going to force me to use a fishing pole, because that's a lot of fish. I will bring the fishing pole with just in case. And I'm just looking at this. I don't honestly think I need all of these supplies, but I am going to bring them with just in case. We've got the compound bow. I'll bring them with just in case. I don't think we're going to need them. I've got Moby up in the building there, so we're going to leave Moby up there, and we're going to just go on a hunting, killing spree. I did head back up to the base and pick up my lava biome armor here, the obsidian armor. I figure as long as we're out here, that's going to be the best fit. And we picked up our spare weapons, some extra bullets, all that good stuff. Oh, gotta stay out of that. And as long as we're here, let's get some of our food consumed. We might as well be going into this with full buffs. And we'll get started on hunting stuff down. I don't think I'm gonna have you guys follow through with me on everything I need to kill out here, because we need to kill quite a bit of stuff. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to get started here, and then we'll check in as we get through things. I don't even need to kill these Dracs. Man, there's just so many things I need to kill and not a lot of monsters out here. I think we've found our first stone jaw here. These are going to be one of the harder creatures to find, I'm guessing. I've got explosive shots in the bolt action here, so we're going to give this a try. I'm stealth. Perfect. Usually these things have quite a bit of armor on them, so it takes a minute to take them down. I am leaving the bodies out. I do want more creatures to spawn. I'm not too worried about having that be a problem in this particular episode. We've had a ton of these drifters spawning over in this one area, so I'm already at 12 drifters killed, which is great. I'm kind of working my way over into this area where we did that mission before, because I think those ashen drakes are over there. But before that, as long as I see these drifters, we're gonna run back over here and attempt to get those. And I just realized the fishing spot we need to go to is way over here. So once we kind of hit this corner and check for some ashen drakes, I'm going to start working my way over to our fishing pond and take those traps out of the water and take those with me so that we can go get all these fish that we need. It looks like I'm getting credit for catching sunset ripjaws though right now. I don't know where those 4 fish came from. It was 3 a little bit ago, so I know it's going up. I think that's probably because we have those traps in the water. So maybe we'll see some results from that. Oh, we've got some more drifters over there. I've got a lava broodling here. Perfect. I'm more concerned about running out of ammo than anything else doing this right now, so I'm kind of trying to keep my eye on that. Well, I've had no luck finding the ashen drakes, but I have found a lot of drifters, so we're gonna just finish off that part of the quest real quick here. That's the last drifter we need, which is great. I'm tired of accidentally killing them and having them drop on my head, stunning me. We can kind of just avoid them now. And I am heading now over to the corner here where the lake is. We're going to go grab our fishing traps and see if we can bring those with us. I don't think I need to take the fish with, because that's a lot of fish. And we don't have like a deliver X items to the drop pod type mission. So I think all we're gonna do is throw all those fish out and grab the fish traps here real quick. I think if I just hold to pick up, all the fish are gonna drop on the ground, which is fine with me. We don't want them, we don't need them. All right, let's begin our journey inland. I do want to start moving towards that fishing area that's on the other side of this zone. This is going to give us an opportunity to kind of explore, and I'm tempted to bring the mount, but I know there's areas that we're not going to be able to traverse with the mount, like jumping over the lava river. So we're just going to leave Moby in the safety of our little hut there by the entrance. We can always come back and get Moby at some later point in time. We've got quite a few things left to kill here, though. I'm a little nervous because I'm not sure where to find the ashen drakes. At least the lava broodlings and the stone jaws I've seen before. I know vaguely where they spawn. I can track them down if I wait it out long enough. We're having some pretty serious weather problems here. We've got burning embers in the sky. It's crazy. Keeping us on our toes for sure, and we're not even to the worst of it. I'm very glad that we went back and got the heat/fire protection armor, because I think it's gonna get a little bit toasty here with all this fire moving around. I want to be real careful I don't fall down into that chasm here. I'm really hoping to sneak over here. There's probably another way around, but we're lazy, and I'd like to just get right over onto this plateau here. It's really dark in this area. I'm trying to conserve the lantern though, because we're about to have some nighttime, and that means we're gonna be stuck out here in the dark trying to run through all of these final objectives. We might just do a lot of our travel to get to where we need to be in the dark, and then save the fighting for the next day. We'll see. First though, let's see if we can get across this lava without falling in. Oh, we fell into the lava twice. Well, the good news is we've got fire protection armor. That's what it's for, folks. Lots of redbacks out here, I'm surprised. Well, I'm glad we went back for this fire protection armor, because I have fallen into the armor before, I've fallen into the lava before, and it did a lot more damage than that when you're not wearing the fire protection armor. This exposure damage is starting to really stack up. I think we're going to use our health potion here to give us a boost in the arm, as well as some more regen, because I'm starting to get a little nervous. The storm is ending though, and we just got to make it out of this orangish part of the storm to start regaining our storm exposure bar. Although I'm surprised that the health potion is not doing a little bit more healing there. We're still losing health, I think, which is quite scary. And man, this whole terrain is really hard to navigate in the dark. I mean, the whole game is hard to navigate in the dark. I wish they'd made some kind of night vision goggles or something to let you be able to see what you're doing even when it's dark out. And of course, I wish they'd not make holes like this in the terrain that are so hard to get out of. Goodness me. I'm complaining about everything right now. Oh, we've got a creature of some kind down here, although it looks like it's probably something small. I'm gonna head down this cliff though. Maybe it'll be something that we need to fight. Nope, just a goat. So I'm over here a little bit farther down the way, not quite past where I've been before, and I'm seeing something here, an ashen drake. All right, well, let's try and kill this thing. One shot and it's dead, and that is a new creature, so I'm gonna look at the bestiary here. Prometheus, volcanic, ashen drake. Yep, we just unlocked it. We don't know anything about it yet, but looking cool. We're gonna go ahead and see what it's got for loots when you do this. Sulfur, interesting. All right, well, I don't actually need any of that stuff, but I guess we'll take it just for the fun of it. We're gonna be out here for a while. I don't want to get encumbered, but I also want to maybe start gathering a handful of supplies in case we need some. Step back off of the edge of that. Is there a way to get across this lake? Maybe up on this side? We're making it slowly but surely around this cliff. I'm just worried I'm gonna misstep and we're gonna slide all the way down into the lava, but thankfully, I think I'm here. What is that thing? Is that one of those crazy, like, deadly monkey things? I don't really want to fight that, but I'd rather attack it from a distance. We're gonna start with the explosive round here. Use our stealth shot to get the most damage possible. Oh, we hit the wrong one. All right, switching guns. Yeah, that's gonna use up a lot of our ammo, unfortunately. Oops, doesn't help when I miss. Okay, we got that down. Apparently that's the first one that I've killed of that type. That's awesome. We're gonna shuffle down here. Oh, that's a big fall. Let's kill this, or kill this. Let's loot this real quick. I'm just curious. Don't want to pick that up. We might take that with us just in case. I'm not trying to do a lot of looting here, but a little bit here and there in case we need some materials for something. I can probably get a campfire going if we really needed to cook up some more food. It's so dark here. I should have brought a campfire and like enough stuff for a little hut so we could sleep until the daytime. Looks like we've got another lava obstacle to pass here. And I'm getting a little nervous because it looks like I'm gonna exit back out into the swamp biome, and I was really hoping that I was gonna be following a path that was gonna take me to where we needed to go. So now I'm not so sure we're going the right way. Maybe there was a cave back there somewhere that I need to go through to get to the rest of the lava biome. Oh, we missed. And then the thing spits the stun on me. That was well set up there, AI guy. Luckily, we're well fed. Hopefully we can survive this. Though I'm now out of stamina. Oh my goodness, this place is not a lot of fun in the dark. Definitely not my smartest move getting stuck out here, although there was no way I was going to finish doing this mission in the daytime no matter what I tried to do. So we're going to end up out here in the dark one way or the other. I am going to follow this all the way through, though, and out of this zone just out of curiosity to see if there's another path over here somewhere. My goodness, though. This quest is interesting. It's funny as this one's rated not as hard as the previous mission, which we didn't have to hardly kill anything in. We just had to build up a bunch of tier 4 benches. Alright, it looks like I am exiting out into the swamp biome. I'm gonna just keep moving so I don't get stunned by these guys. Oh, too late. There we go. Alright, well, I'm gonna wait out the dark here a little bit because I'm not gonna be able to find the caves and such that we need until we get out of this situation. So I think this is gonna be my nice little safe corner. I'm gonna go take a look at some crafting recipes, see if I can get a bedroll and a fire pit up and running maybe so that we can move on with this quest. Alright folks, so after working my way back up the side of this thing in the dark and trying a few different caves with no luck to get through, I went on Icarus Intel and found out that there's one cave way up here that cuts through to a cave over here. That's the only connecting cave between these two areas, as far as I can tell, the only way to get over here. So we're here at the cave. We're gonna go ahead and get our light going. I did most of it in the dark, so there won't probably be a lot of video content from that exploration. I did find a few things to kill, not a lot. Ooh, titanium. We're not gonna load ourselves up with stuff though. I want to try and get through this cave and see if we can figure out where we're going. I'm really wishing I'd brought more stone building components, but I think I can, do this without falling into the lava. There we go. The jumping puzzles and climbing on stuff in this particular set of caves has been absolutely insane. I do feel like I'm gonna really need some ramps though to finish this exploration out. These caves always seem to require some form of ramp to get through, and this cave connects to quite a few other cave zones, so I'm really nervous. Like, there's another cave I could get to. I'm hoping that because this is a connecting tunnel, as long as I just follow the right path without breaking through any walls, that I'll get to where we're going. I don't know though, like, this is a huge cavern. Like, is the way to go over there? Is it over here? Nobody knows. It's a big cave though, and I had to save what lantern light I have to try and get through it. If my light goes off while we're in here, we are in some serious trouble. We're gonna try this cave over this way, because it looks like it's gonna exit me towards an exit. What is this? There's light in here. It's just light coming up from below. Oh, there's cave worms. I don't really want to have to fight that if I don't have to. And here's another random opening with some light. Oh, there's cave worms everywhere. Did I get them all? Nope, there's still one. Oh no, there we go. Okay. Whew, that was scary. There's gotta be a way out of this cave though somewhere, right? Alright, well maybe this is a side cave and there's another cave that we could go into. I'm gonna try this way. This was the other entrance with some light that we saw. And there's worms behind me. We're gonna ignore those for a minute. This is a pretty small little cave. I don't see a way out over here anywhere. Well, now I'm just getting frustrated because I'm not finding a way out of here. Well, I've made my way back to the lava room here. I figure if that path didn't get us out, maybe we'll try the other side over here. We're running dangerously low on lantern fluid though. Oh, and we've fallen in again. I'm gonna turn the lantern on. As long as we're on fire, we might as well own it. Get all the way over here. Oh my goodness, we're dying left and right. Out of the fire, please. And there does appear to be another path over here, so maybe this will be our way out. Hopefully. We can't survive a whole lot longer in the caves here. I'm saving on to that health regen tonic though for an emergency. Not that this wasn't close to an emergency, but we're not quite there yet. And oh, is this outside? This looks like it could be outside. Oh, I've got a, is that another cave over here? Yeah, nope, it's not. Okay. But we are outside. Let's turn this lantern off. We're gonna need every ounce of that to get back at some point. And I've got heat stroke, which is hurting us, and pneumonia from being in the caves. Both not great. However, we're out here. We've made it through the crazy caves. Let's get up here into the biome itself. We've got daylight too, which is awesome. And we're gonna go see if we can get the rest of our kills and find a fishing spot. Well, I think we need to go across this river. I'm not quite sure how this is gonna work out, but I haven't found a great spot to cross, and I'm worried if I fall in, I won't be able to get back out. So we're gonna try it on this side, and really hope that's enough of a ledge for us. There we go. Oh no. There we go. Okay, I was worried I couldn't get up. We're suffering from heat stroke. We've got a storm really killing us off here. It's just generally been a bad time. I need to get across one more river here so that we can get over to our fishing spot. I've been keeping my eye on how the terrain's moving here, and there's just not a lot of great spots to get across here. I'm hoping maybe right up there we can do that. It's just a crazy biome, that's for sure. Oh, here's one of those jaw things. Uh-oh. One more. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Or maybe not. Woo. That was some damage. Alright, I think it might be time to use a suture kit. And I'm officially out of food. That's not great. I think I'm gonna use the health pot before I jump into the lava. I know at least I can get out because there's a nice bank right there. We're gonna hope that I can make this jump though. Not quite. Man, at this point, you know, I don't even care if I make it back as long as I catch these fish before I die. That's kind of where my head is at. We can remake all of this other armor, but that fishing spot, is a pain to get to. I'd like to just knock it out here before we have to try and head back. It's somewhere over on that side of the river. We're starting to run low on bullets here as well. Not a major concern, but I would like to get over there before we run into anything too hard. Lots of obsidian here. Man, I don't know if I could make it across there. I was like, I'll just jump in and swim across. I can take the fire damage one more time, but I could get out right there, maybe. We'll follow down the river just a little bit before we do anything too stupid. And there's just no good ways across here. It looks like if I went up on top of the cliff, I could get across, maybe. It's so high up there, but it looks like I need to be up on top of that plateau anyway. So we might backtrack a little bit and try this again. I need to get up there somehow. There's caves all over the place over here too. It's just quite an interesting biome, but there's not enough materials to really do anything. Maybe I'll just build some ramps. I didn't see we have some trees over here. This is maybe our easy path. I'm gonna bust out the bow and take this drak down. Wow, wood is gonna be a rare resource for sure. Let's see how many ramps that's gonna net us. 1. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead then and get the rest of these materials real quick. I need more fiber is the problem. There's 2 ramps. If we look here, this is really killing my health regeneration. I do still have health regeneration, but only 40 per minute, so we're not doing great. And I'm gonna lose all my bonuses in just a few minutes here, so we gotta keep running. We've got to get out here to this water thing before we die. This is getting me over the river though, which was what we needed. I just need to stay up here and get to that water source. Now I'm down to like 1 minute left on all my food buffs, so I'm trying to book it down here. We need to get this fishing thing moving. These ashen drakes are going to be the hardest creature for us to follow up on, I think. Ooh, I think this big lake right here, though, is where we're headed. Oh, is that a razorback? Let me get my other gun out again, too. Stone Jaw. Maybe the Stone Jaw and the other thing will fight each other. Not so much. That's okay. We'll drop him with a critical hit. I like it. And I'm going to get over here. This has got to be the water zone that we're supposed to be using. It looks like it. I just want to make sure I'm actually in the zone before I drop these traps off. We'll put these 2 down first. And I should have a 3rd one. There it is. Bring this back out. Perfect. Okay. While those fish traps are working on collecting fish, we've got to go back out here and finish our hunting. We still need 1 more lava broodling, which ought to be a piece of cake, and 17 of these ashen drakes. And 1 more stone jaw, which that'll be easy enough, the next one that we come across. But I'm really looking for these ashen drakes, and I feel like I have found them most often near a body of lava? I'm not sure. Well, unfortunately, I've not found enough of the ashen drakes here. In fact, I haven't found any since earlier in our adventure. I think we found some up in this area when we were exploring, but I haven't found any down where we're at. So we're going to take a break here. It's getting to be dark again. I'm going to make some food because we're starving. Luckily, we've killed enough of these drakes and other things to get some food going here. And that's going to give us a chance to heal up a bit, counteract the effects of our debuffs here. We do still have heat exhaustion, unfortunately. I've given the lantern a break. We've got a normal torch out now, and I guess as long as we're here, we're gonna go check on our fishing traps, see if we're getting anything. I do see that we are. getting quite a few fish already here. You can see them starting to stack up in the description. I've got 6 of the sunset ripjaws now, 1 void triggerfish, 2 coral darters, and none of those neon dories just yet, but we'll keep going. That stuff will just kind of continue to accumulate while we're running around here. So we got tired of the dark and built ourselves the jankiest little lean-to that I've ever made, but that's the parts we had. I didn't really think about its construction, and wood is a scarce resource here, but we now have a bedroll. We can get through the night, and I'm gonna go ahead and just grab some of these pieces of bacon here. We're gonna keep ourselves fed as best we can here, and you can see our fish situation is continuing to improve. I'm gonna go ahead and actually come out and empty these traps out while we're thinking about it, just because I don't want to see everything get full. And of course our backpack is full. I did build a little bit of a chest here. I don't so much think we need the fish, other than we might start eating them to survive at some point here. So I am gonna just dump them in this chest right now. For a place to hold them. We'll see how it goes. And I'm gonna put as much of this other stuff in there as I can. I'm holding on to those cocoa bean seeds. I can't remember if we've gotten any before back at the main base. I always like to bring new things back to the base. So let's keep picking this stuff up. We're doing great. We got lots and lots of fish here. We'll take as many as we can out of here. And I'm gonna try this 9, 4, 3, 1. If I get rid of one of these, it does not affect my numbers. Perfect. All right. We've got the traps all emptied out then. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of all this stuff. I am cooking some food up, but we are gonna deactivate this, I think, because I've got plenty of food in my inventory for the time being. Save our wood until we need it for something specific. And we're gonna go back out on the hunt. I need 1 more stone jaw, and again, 17 of these ashen drakes, so I gotta find a spot where those are spawning. Well, we've finally found an area with some of these ashen drakes. I just killed 2 of them right here, and I killed 1 right across the river there, so I'm just kind of moving around here on the map. We're down here in, what is this, 05 on the map? We've been all over the place here looking. I went back north quite a ways because we'd killed a couple on the way in here, I felt like. And I didn't get anything up there. All I found was creatures that we didn't need. So we decided to head on down to an area of the map that I haven't been to in a little bit. These rabbits keep faking me out, hoping that there's something there. But we're just gonna keep kind of running around in this area. I'm leaving all the bodies out, hoping to attract more monsters. I don't think that works out so well if I run too far away from them, but you know, this area might have some more down here. I figured we'd run down and run back in case there's more down here, and maybe that'll give them a chance to respawn back up where we just killed them. Ooh, jackpot, there's 2 of them here. Don't see that very often. I'll take it though. Maybe we'll find some more here. We're not even halfway done. I'm gonna skin it, but I'm not gonna loot it. I just want the bonus bestiary thing there. I don't even need the experience or the materials here. But we might as well start getting our bestiary points unlocked. Maybe at some point we'll go for that. 1,000 of each animal though. When it's taken me, I don't know, I've probably been out here for 2 hours to get to 9 of these ashen drakes is ridiculous. I think there's an item, like a beacon type item, that'll increase spawn rates, but it's not by a whole lot. I think it was like electrical beacon was 25%. I'm tempted to go back to the base and make one, but I figured by the time I find my way out of this zone and run all the way back and then craft it and get all the way back here, I could have gotten the kills that we need. But then it takes this long to make that happen. I begin to question my decisions. We got rabbits in here, nice. So I'm just realizing that oxygen's about to become a problem. I haven't seen any oxide out here, and our oxygen bottle is run out. So I'm gonna make my way back up the canyon. I gotta get all the way out of here and go back down and around. That seems excessive. I'm gonna keep my eye out for some oxite, and we'll move ourselves on back up here to our camp at least. That way if I do die, our stuff is all gonna be by that campsite. I've got a chest there we could put our items in to protect it maybe. I don't know. I'm starting to become really concerned because I'm on foot. There's no way I'm going to make it back out of here with the amount of oxygen I've got left. That's something that we should have kept an eye on. I've not had any problems on all of our adventures thus far with running out of oxygen, I don't feel like. So we're out here for a long time, as you can see. Again, I wouldn't feel so bad about it if I was going to complete this mission, but there's so many of these things left to kill. That's 11. We've got 9 more. We've been making pretty good progress. Well, as much as I hate to do this, I'm going to set my spawn point to this bedroll. That way when I die momentarily here, we won't have to run all the way back out here. I think that's going to be the simplest solution to this problem. And then we can pick up our stuff and continue on with the limited oxygen that we have. I wish we had more supplies. I wish we could find any oxide out here. I just haven't found anything at all. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to get too far away from this base. We are going to die any moment now. Oxygen is critical and counting down. We've got this crazy storm coming in too. I want to respawn before it wrecks our shelter and our bed gets destroyed. That would be a disaster for us. Come on, oxygen. Just die already. Can't believe I'm rooting for death. Here it comes. Oh man, 18 seconds until we can respawn. That's even worse. I'm curious what the penalty is. I thought they got rid of the XP reduction on death now. We'll find out. Maybe I'll have a debuff of some kind. Are you sure you want to respawn? Yes. Well, there we go. We're gonna take all of our stuff back. Just like so. All of our equipment's on, and I've got 1 bar of oxygen now again. Woohoo. Let's get rid of this thing, put this over here, put the torch back in our slot, and we'll eat a couple pieces of food. And we better get back on the hunt here because we're running out of time. We've only got the 1 tank of oxygen. I don't want to have to go through that process again. I'm actually really stressed out that our hut is going to get wrecked here. Let me get our hammer out. I'm going to go down here as we get through the worst of this storm and just double check that the hut's surviving. Our bedroll looks good. Everything looks good, actually. All right, back to the zone. We're going to see if we can find some more of these creatures now. The only thing I need is these ashen drakes. We've got everything else well under control here now. I don't want to fight that thing if I don't have to. I'm just seeing where was it that I could jump across this. Oh no. Well, we might not have much of a choice here because we are out of stuff. There we go. Those things are easy enough to kill. You just have to catch them when they're getting ready to breathe fire, I think. Now, if I remember correctly, the way back down is over there that I've been going across. We had just emptied the fish containers out when we went up there with no oxygen, so the fishing has got a little ways to go. As you can see, we got all of the sunset ripjaws. We're waiting on some more of these neon dories, unfortunately. Hey, the other good news is dying got rid of the other debuff we had from heat exhaustion, so at least we've got that going for us now. If I can just manage to stay cooled down, hopefully once this acid rain stops, we'll not get to the heat exhaustion again. I think as long as I stay out of the overheated zone for too long, like I think it comes when I'm in that overheated state for long periods of time. If I can stay out of that state, I think we'll be better off. And most of our kills have been down in the lower half of 05 here for what we're trying to do. So I'm gonna get back down there, I think, and see if we can keep hunting, keep the success going here. We only need 9 more of these ashen drakes now. I feel like that's obtainable. Well, folks, we did it, and as embarrassing as it is to say, I've been running around for the last 2 minutes looking for another one to kill, and then I looked over and noticed only the fish quest is active. So I have successfully found enough of these drake things down here, and just to bring up the map, 05, especially up in this area, and really all over 05 has been really good. So if you're looking to complete this mission and you're looking for these drakes, just doing kind of a circuit out there is what got it done for us. But we're gonna just book it back here to our little hut and make sure that we're continuing to empty these fish. That would be my other piece of advice for anybody trying to do this mission, is to make sure that you just run out here and get the fish started. Don't run around trying to kill monsters like we were doing at the very beginning of this mission. The fishing is going to be the slow part. I could probably have made a better lure and brought out here with me to get the more advanced fish. As you can see, we've already caught almost 50 of those rip jaws, but we're lacking on the neon dories, so we're gonna have to wait it out here a little bit. We're gonna have some more oxygen problems, I'm thinking, in a few minutes, but we'll see how it goes. If I can get back over to our base, though, at least if I die, we'll be able to respawn right next to our body, and I think that's gonna be the best solution for us here. I have found over the course of my many trips back up here to empty the fish in between hunting that if you just hug this side, you can kind of work your way up here pretty easily compared to some of the other spots trying to jump up on top of all of this stuff. Now my fish should be right out here. I'm going to empty them as long as we're here. You guys can see that it's just one round of fish after another. I'm gonna go ahead and just do what we always do, which is drag all this stuff out of our inventory. I've got a few things in here food-wise that we're gonna try and use, and I might even build a little bit better of a wooden base here as long as we're back up towards the base. So while we continue to wait for our fish, we're down to the last of the fish I have discovered. That in order to get oxite, we just have to shoot these drifters, which is pretty awesome. They've got quite a bit of it on there, and the only downside is more often than not I lose my arrows doing this, but it's been a fair trade-off because we aren't dying and losing our breath. Oxygen has been probably the only real struggle we've had out here. Now my armor's taking a beating, but I think that it's gonna survive. We're low, but not that low. We're at 17%. And really I could just sit in this shack and wait for our fish to spawn. But I've been kind of going out and doing a little bit of resource gathering while we've got nothing better to do. And as you can see, I've gotten a ton of iron. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to bring back with me because we're pretty full up, but we'll keep working on it. And I'm going to put this oxide in here. As you can see, we're slowly catching up on our oxygen levels. But unfortunately, there is not a whole lot else to do. I could go start running some caves and getting even more advanced resources, but again, without a way to really bring them back, I'm kind of just biding time while we wait for these fish traps to do their thing. So I'm gonna just keep on keeping on, and we will check back in once we get the last of these 2 fish that we need. So I've been moving around here for, I don't know, probably an hour now, and we haven't gotten another one of these neon dories. So I built a basic fishing bench just to see what it would take to get a rare fish increase. And it looks like I've got to go get one of these rare items, and that requires platinum weave. And while I was happy to, build a little bit of a hut and get ourselves kind of acquainted with this, I'm not looking to build all the way up into Tech 3 just to get some fish. So I am going to run back to the base, and we're going to get that. I've got a lot of materials here that we're going to be bringing with us, and I've since discovered that you can just drag stuff off the side of this rather than taking it to my inventory and dragging it out. All these little quality of life improvements are coming in handy. I wish there was a button I could push to just delete them right out rather than putting them on the ground, because I feel like lots of items on the ground will cause some unintended lag, but we're not going to be in this area that long. I'm sure they'll despawn eventually. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and the fish will get caught as we're running back to base, but I seriously doubt it. And just looking at this, remembering we got to go all the way back up here and work our way through the cave before we can come down here, run back here, take our mount, and get all the way home. It's going to be quite the adventure here. Hopefully we can make it back in one piece without too many issues. We got a little bit of oxygen and a little bit of water right now on us. So the biggest adventure is going to be getting to and through that cave on the, is it the north end of this zone? Yes, but I've got to work my way back up here to get across. Oh man, it's going to be crazy. You know what? Before we do that, we've got materials. We should go build some ramps and platforms to make life a lot easier on the way back. It feels so good to be back up at the base. I've managed to get all of our armor repaired and all of our equipment. We have some stuff going to make a little bit more ammo for the return journey. And we're going to make a couple different lures here. We've got the dog tags lure, which is saltwater fish, 80% chance to find rare. I'm going to make 2 of those, and then I'm going to make one of these rubber line lures or rubber lures. I'm hoping between the 2 of these we'll catch something. I don't know which type, whether it's heavier fish or longer fish. I have no idea. I just know that neon dory is a fish we're having a hard time catching here. And over the run back, we've caught a lot of fish. I'm sure the traps are full. We didn't get a single one of those dories, which is really frustrating. So I'm going to just dump these materials off, and we're going to get heading back out there to see if we can catch these the old-fashioned way. Well, I've decided that we're going to take the swamp path through here. I'm going to try and cut straight through up to the entrance we discovered up in this area and see what we can do to get our mount across the lava lake and through the cave, just because that will cut down quite a bit on how much running we have to do to get back out there. As you can see, we still did not get any of those neon dories. I'm sure that the traps are full by now, so we're gonna just keep moving here and see what we can do to get out there. We have made it into the lava flows here. I'm gonna try our hardest to get into this spot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually get up here with my mount, but I remember last time when I was on foot that I had really good success right over here. If I could just get up on top of this, I lost my momentum. I could make it up this cliff, which worked out pretty well for us here. The biggest problem with being on a mount out here is I find that trying to climb up some of these cliffs and stuff on a mount is next to impossible compared to doing it on foot oftentimes. However, we don't have to climb too far. Most of what we need to do is just get across this set of lava areas without getting too burned. The hardest one being this jump right here, which on foot I can actually make. Now, did I remember to bring... Haha, see, we're smarter this time. We remembered to bring a structure or 2. So I'm going to hop off here. We're going to build a bridge, because if we do need to keep coming back out here, this is going to be super useful. And I think I can actually do it like so. Don't break. We recovered that. Oh, nope. If I do that, will it hold? All right, we've got supported pieces everywhere. That's supported. All right. I'm gonna do like that so that we've got a easy ramp up. We're not gonna get caught on the edge when we're out here trying to do stuff. Wow, this thing does not jump very far at all. Oh, I think I caught him on fire. Well, as long as we're on fire. Oh no! Moby, I'm sorry. How do I get out? Moby's totally dead after this. We're going for this, what looks to be a little bit more slanted. I should have just built bridges everywhere. Okay. I'm gonna get off of him so that maybe if I'm not burning, he'll stop burning. I wonder. I was hoping I could put him out with water. Okay, I'm done burning. He's done burning. We survived. We did it, Moby. Okay, well that was a mistake that we'll try not to reproduce here. And once again, we're gonna have to have fun with bridges. I'm trying to think. I think the easiest thing to do is gonna be to just work our way straight across to the island, and then from there we'll work our way similarly across to the other area. So the trick is to get Moby up here and then tear down our bridge behind us. Unfortunately, again, I should have brought a lot more of these platforms. I guess I just underestimated how much bridge work we were going to have to do to get out here. But still, I think in the grand scheme of things, saving us time. Alrighty, this is the second room. I think if I remember right, we got to go there. Over there is another cave. Over there is where I need to get to. So we're going to... Man, that's a long way to build a bridge. I think we're going to try and have Moby, like, jump down here. And then we'll bridge across this way. These are showing up as supported the whole way across, which is good. I don't know what those are being supported on, but we'll take it. Get all the way out on our island and do it all again. I know in the comments, several of you have suggested that we could use aluminum pieces to do this a little bit easier, which I really need to look into, but I realized I converted all my aluminum ore into aluminum bars, and the aluminum walls require raw ore, which I thought was interesting, as opposed to the processed version of aluminum. So that's why we are doing this all kind of manually here. And we're out! Yay! Now it's just a short run back to our little hut. Oh my goodness, there's more cliffs to climb. That's alright, these are gonna be easy. And we're actually here now and running along. So, I guess looking back, I've needed probably 10 times the amount of ramps and platforms here to make some bridges and whatnot to get through this. We'll have to remember that. I'll have to get the aluminum drill going again. Right now, my 2 biofuel drills are on iron and copper because we've needed an absolute ton of those resources to get through all the tier 4 stuff that we've been building. But knowing that some aluminum pieces that are lightweight that we could carry out here with us would come in super handy. We're gonna have to look into expanding that a bit. This cliff is so tall. I think we're gonna come back here and see if I can get up where it's a little bit shorter. It took a little bit longer than I expected to get out here, but we have successfully made it back out to our nice little hut, which has not held up as well as I'd hoped. So let's get Moby in here just in case something else comes along. And then we're gonna actually upgrade this thing to stone here while I'm thinking about it. That was the real reason I brought this stone out originally. And we'll see how this goes. We'll set that. We need to fix everything. We'll start with the floor actually, because if we don't have a strong floor, I think everything else falls apart. Oh my, goodness. All that, and it finishes the mission while we're standing out here. I wonder if those neon fish can only be caught in the dark or something like that. Either way, folks, we have now finished the last of the Prometheus missions here on the New Frontiers DLC. I'm so excited. We've got all these fish done. I'm just kind of curious to see if it says anything. There's not really any flavor text on any of these fish, so we'll never know, I suppose. Not sure that I care enough. Not a big fan of fishing. Either way, since we've now finished off the DLC missions, we're kind of wrapping up our playthrough here on Icarus. I think what we're gonna do next is we're gonna live stream this on Monday of next week. If you're watching these videos as they come out, that would be Monday, October 2nd, is my plan. We'll do an Icarus live stream. We're gonna do some resource gathering and base building. I think we're gonna try and really expand our main base that we've built and try out some of the different materials and just generally hang out and have some fun. And then next week, we're going to be kicking off a new game on the channel, another early access game called Forever Skies, where we've got some survival stuff going on with building our own airships, which sounds fun. However, hopefully you enjoyed today's Icarus walkthrough on this mission. It was a lot more running around than I was expecting, but we got it done, and now we get to just play around and have some fun. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button, helps me out a lot. That's all for today. Keterk out.